Before we start, I would request the young soldiers of Imam Hussain to come forward. All the youngsters. Who think they are the young and their soldiers of Imam Hussain, come forward.
Soldier of Imam Hussain. Narae Hadari.
Narae Takbir. Narae Risalat. Panj Nara, Panchani, Sawa Lakh Nara.
Please recite the salawat for Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless our soul with the nur of Hazrat Zahra salamullah alayha. Please recite the salawat for Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless our eyes with the ziyarat of Imam al-Zaman ajallallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif. No, a loud and proper salawat. Allah bless you all inshallah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-ali al-azim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب إله العالمين نبينا وشفيعنا وطبيب قلوبنا أبي القاسم محمد اللهم صل على آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أعداء الدين. أما بعد فقد قال الله تعالى في كلامه المجيد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. صلوات محمد وعلى Alhamdulillah, in the past days we have been discussing the Tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we have been discussing the creation of Adam. After that, how angels were ordered to prostrate in front of Adam. Then after the creation of Adam, we discussed the story of Habil and Qabil, and to some extent about Hazrat Ibrahim and Namrud, and Musa and Fir'aun. And our journey is, we are moving forward. The background is necessary to know. But before we start, I would like to mention one thing, that Alhamdulillah, very good starting speeches by our young soldiers of Imam Hussain. They are giving very good speeches, they are preparing. But I would add one more thing, that we need to prepare more. We need to practice more. Just consider, you are doing good job, you are doing good speeches, but just consider, if Imam is standing here and listening to your speech, is it enough what we are doing? We need to do more. And I know these young soldiers, they can do much more. And I propose today that you should go and have a search in Nahjul Balagha. And go and search in it. You will find brilliant portions of speeches from Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam. It's all available in our homes, or not. If not in homes, it's available on the internet. You go on internet, alislam.org, and there are too many other organizations who are sending the English translations. Go to Sahih by Sajjadiyah, the du'as or Imam Sajjad. Bring out small portions, about one paragraph only. Select them that yourself. Ask your parents to help you and bring those portions and read it for everyone. You will have double sawab. Because that's the dua of Imam Sajjad or the saying of Imam Ali. You are telling everyone who don't have time to read Nahjul Balagha, you are helping him in read Nahjul Balagha. Who don't have time to read Sahifa Sajjadiyah, like myself, you are helping me to read Sahifa Sajjadiyah, so you will have a double sawab. And these soldiers, you know how calm they are. When they sit down here, they are just listening to me. They are listening to me. All of these soldiers of Imam Hussain, you were saying that they don't listen to you and they make noise here. You see, all these soldiers of Imam Hussain, they are my party, they are my group. A very party hai. A people's party hai. ठीक है? बिल्कुल चुप करके बैठ गए ने. Inshallah, they are not going to speak. They are going to sit down. Although we see here, Shaitan comes here and tells these young soldiers that you should play, you should make noise, you should create disturbance. But all these soldiers, what they say? They say, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim and narae Haydari. Please write another salawat for Muhammad. Ayah Sharifah that I recited in front of you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the holy book of Quran. And before we start with the lecture, a question comes to my mind and I want the answer from you. How many portions are there in Quran? कितने पारे हैं Quran के? Yes, 30, mashallah. Which portion is Surah Al-Hamd? Surah Al-Hamd किस पारे में? हैं? It's for the seniors, you know. Not from you. Not from you. Hold on. Surah Al-Hamd किस पारे में? No, okay, keep quiet. Not your question. It's not you. You've given me the answer. Surah Al-Hamd किस पारे में जी? है जी? कुरान के कितने पोर्शन पारे हैं? 30 पारे हैं. सूरह अल-हम्द किस पारे में? पहले पारे में. पहले पारा कहाँ से शुरू होता है? अलिफ लाम मीम. सूरह अल-हम्द उसके बाद है या उससे पहले? तो किस पारे में फिर? कुरान कहते हैं 30 सिपारे कुरान, हमारे जाकिर भी सुनाते रहते हैं. कुरान के कितने पारे हैं? 30 पारे. पहला पारा कहाँ से शुरू होता है? अलिफ लाम मीम ज़ालिकल किताबु ला रैब फी. और सूरह अल-हम्द कहाँ पे है? सूरह अल-हम्द पहले पारे से बाहर है. क्यों? कहते हैं कि ये कुरान का प्रीफेस है, दीबाचा जिसको कहते हैं, जो पहले कुरान की समरी के तौर पे, किताब की समरी के तौर पे प्रीफेस लिखा जाता है कि कुरान क्यों है, क्या किताब है. इसका सारा सीक्रेट किसमें? सूरह अल-हम्द में. और यही दलील है कि कुरान पैगंबर अकरम की रहलत के बाद इकट्ठा नहीं हुआ, पैगंबर अकरम खुद इकट्ठा करके गए हैं. अगर बाद में इकट्ठा हुआ होता तो 30 सिपारों में से किसी पारे में इसको लगा दिया जाता. पैगंबर अकरम ने खुद अपनी मर्जी से इसको, किसी और की जुर्रत नहीं थी कि कुरान के सूरह अल-हम्द को किसी पारे से बाहर रख सके. सलवात पढ़े मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद. So Surah Al-Hamd, being the preface of the Holy Book of Quran, is outside the first portion which starts with Alif Lam Mim. And the ayah that I recited for you is Alif Lam Mim. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. Alif Lam Mim, Ha Mim, Ain, Sin, Qaf, Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ain, Swad, Ya, Sin, Ta, Ha. All these are Arabic alphabets which has been used as alphabets. There are different explanations why they have been used. But just to understand, today there are too many people who have started explaining the Holy Book of Quran. And everybody says that I know the Quran. Tell me from Quran. Where is it in Quran? Show me in Quran. As if they know and they have got the real knowledge of Quran. And we know that Imams, the last Imam has to come yet. Some people say that these alphabets are in reality just like our phones, you know. You have got the same phone, I've got the same phone, and I claim this is my phone, you say it's my phone, I've got the same cover on it, and the same company's phone. What we'll do? We'll say, okay, it's your phone, just open it and put your PIN number in. If your PIN fits it, that means the phone belongs to you. And if it doesn't fit, then it's not yours. Then I'll try my number. In the same way, when too many people claiming to have the knowledge of the book and Quran, when the last authority from the Prophet line, when Imam comes, people may be able to ask, and he might be asking the people, that come on, you claim to be having the knowledge of the book, come on, explain what's the meaning of Alif Lam Mim. What does Kaf, Ha, Ya, and what are these pin codes? These are the pin codes to open the secrets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, started with Alif Lam Mim. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. This is the book which is clear of any sort of doubt. The only book in the universe which is claiming to be clear of any sort of doubt. No other book on any subject, whether it's science, physics, chemistry, it's maths, it's history or geography or anything. We don't find any book in the universe which claims to be clear of any sort of doubt except the Holy Book of Quran. Number one. Number two, we find all the books, they get outdated after some time. You know, revised editions we see. A book is printed, after 3 years they say it's a revised edition. You have to revise it, bring some changes because the things that were written earlier were not perfect for this time. This is the book which doesn't need a revision. 1400 years, it was a book of guidance. 1400 years back, it is a book of guidance now, and it will be a book of guidance after today till the day of judgment. It is a book of guidance. It's ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ Hudan. This is a book of guidance. You know, the topic of the Holy Book of Quran is guidance. Now, just one step more forward. It's a book of guidance. Wallah, question arises. We see too many people who have memorized the Holy Book of Quran. Memorized means the Quran is all the times in their memory, inside their brain. It's there. They memorized it. But in practical life, we see they are far away from the teachings of Islam and Quran. We see there are too many qaris who can recite it in a very beautiful voice. But in practice, when we see, they are far away from the teachings of Quran and Islam. Allah, you are saying this is a book of guidance. So if I keep it in my hand or in my pocket, I should be the guided one. And we see too many people, they are printing Qurans today. In Najd, you go, Hajis go, they give them beautifully printed Quran. They are distributing Quran to everyone. But in their practical life, you don't see Quran or the teaching of Quran. See? Why is it so? Yes, why is it so? Why the people who have memorized Quran, they are far away from Quran. Those who can recite Quran, they are away from the teachings of Quran. What is the reason? Just a simple thing. Quran is saying, Alif Lam Mim Zalikal Kitabu La Raiba Fi Hudan. It is a book of guidance, not for everyone. Hudan lil Muttaqeen. This is a book of guidance for the pious ones. Why a book of guidance for pious ones only? Why is piety so important? Why is, you know, I go to work, I work from morning till evening. End of the day, I'll get my pay, I'll get my check, I'll get my money, I'll get my paid for what I have worked. So what role piety plays in our life, in this life and in hereafter? What is the role of piety? We find different explanations just to find out what in reality is piety. For example, say we are traveling from here, we go for Hajj or we go to our country, we go to India, or we go to Pakistan, or Middle Eastern countries, anywhere we go, what they recommend, you should have vaccinations about different diseases. For example, malaria and other, or flu jabs or something like that, you should have those vaccines. What does these vaccines do? They create within our body a defense line. A defense line is formed in our body when the germs of those diseases, they attack us. This defense line doesn't allow them to penetrate our defense or immune system. Our immune system is strong enough to face those bacteria and come into us. You know, we from the day one are facing contamination. Which contamination? Spiritual contaminations, mental contaminations. We are having about different ideas floating in the society. We have got different people moving here and there. They look like human beings. In fact, they are beasts. In fact, they are contaminated minds. Their souls and minds are contaminated, and they contaminate others. They are the slaves of their lust. And because of their slavery, they want to prey others. They want to make others their slaves. And this is going on. What Islam says, repel the negative inclination. Repel what shaitan tells you to do. Repel it. And you know, shaitan has got one good quality. You know, shaitan also got a good quality. Shaitan is not a time waster. If you don't listen to shaitan, he just goes away. He'll say, see you another time. You know, we are sleeping, shaitan is working. You know, sometimes we wake up and something shaitan has made up in our mind. You know, he works, he concentrates on us. And he works on us according to our thinkings. He will not come to a pious person who is praying 5 times a day and who prays on the first time. Imam says the best of the duties performed by a mu'min is Adao salati ala awqatiha. Praying as soon as the time enters. So a person who is praying regularly, shaitan would say, don't pray. He'll come in the morning, and it is in a hadith. It's a summary what I'm presenting, not the real translation. But he starts, you know, massaging our feet, massaging our head, putting fingers around our hair, and pressing our arms, massaging us, and telling us, oh, don't worry, brother. You want to pray, do pray, but you're tired. Tonight you are watching, for example, the National Geographic's movie just to be more intelligent and have a better knowledge of the world. You are tired. So in this tiredness, when you will pray, you will not have full attention towards Allah. Why not sleep a little while? The prayer get qaza at 6:30. So get up before 6:30. 6:25 you get up. 2 minutes do wuzu and 3 minutes you pray. Allah has given you leniency, and He starts pressing your feet and legs and massaging you, and you sleep. And it is in a hadith that as soon as the prayers get qaza, He wakes you up. And the word is very hard to recite. It pisses on the face of that namazi. And he urinates on him, and he goes away and tells them this, listen, I distracted you from your prayers. This is shaitan, how shaitan plays with us. But if we don't listen to shaitan, what happens then? You know, getting up for prayers is not with alarms. You put on 100 alarms, you won't be able to get up. Then 2 needs and requirements for getting up for prayers. Number 1, sleep early. If you sleep late, you won't be able to get up. Never. Number 1. Number 2, have full concentration. Tell your own self. Act with your own self as you act with your son or with your daughter or with your friend or somebody else. Tell yourself, I want to get up. And I should get up. You should get up. Tell your body, you should get up at 5 o'clock. Make sure you get up at 5 o'clock. Tell your own self, and yourself will listen to you. Make rest assured. Too many people have tried. They tried. Tell your own self, I want to get up at 5 o'clock and I want to pray. Rest assured, you will get up 5 o'clock. Number 3, our food is very important. Inshallah, we'll be discussing that later on in our Urdu or in our English lectures. Our food, being halal food, is very important. Our children don't go astray. We give them halal food, 100% halal. You know, shop, oh, Moulana, it's written halal, so it's everything okay. Yes, it's okay. Might be, according to Sharia, you might be having a concession and you are having it halal. But I just ask you one question. If someone is forced to drink wine, for example, you know, people hold his hand and put the bottle of wine in his mouth, and the wine passes on into his stomach. Has he committed a sin, the person who got the wine in his stomach? No. Because he didn't do it with his own intention, he was forced to do. But will he get drunk or not? Yes. That wine will have effect on him. Halal food, if it is not halal properly, maybe you might not be caught by Sharia. You are surpassing Sharia. Sharia laws don't catch you and you are not breaking the law of Sharia. But that food will have a negative effect on our children. And that will come out. We read the story of a great alim. One day, in olden times, they used to have, they call them mashki. Mashki, samajh ho? Mashki. It was animal skin, like goat or sheep or cow skin. And they used to fill it with water to bring and fill water at home. At that time, there was no regular tapping system or water supply system that the pipes come down to our houses like today. So the mashkis, they used to go fill their skin bags with water and fill the tanks in our home, and that water used to be consumed. So an alim, a great alim, one day, the person who used to fill water in his tank, he complained to an alim. He came to the alim and he said, I want to make a complaint about your son. And this complaint is not for the reason that I want to complain about your son, but I have seen something wrong done by your son, so you should be more alert and work on him, that why he had done it, and cure him. Put him on the right track. Iska ilaj kare. He said, well, what did he do? He said he had a nail, big nail in his hand, and I brought that skin with me, and it pierced that with that nail, and it burst. For him it was an adventure. But the alim started thinking, I was very careful about his food. I was very careful about his product. I was very careful 100% about him. So where something wrong has happened, and he came to the conclusion he haven't done anything wrong. He went to his mother. He said to her, I got a complaint about my son, and he pierced the water bag of the mashki today. Have you done anything wrong? Do you remember you have done anything wrong, or you have seen something wrong being done by us? And she smiled. He smiled and said, no, you haven't done anything wrong, but I have. He said, what wrong you have done? He said, the days when I was pregnant, you know, in the pregnancy, women sometimes like to eat something sour. And there came a guy who was selling pomegranates. You know, very delicious. They were cut out. They cut out the beautiful red things, although they are expensive, but sometimes you must eat them. And what she did, she said, what I did, I very much wanted, I was craving for that. I had a needle in my hand, and I just pierced one of that bit of pomegranate, and the juice I put on my tongue. He said, if you would not have pierced that pomegranate with a needle that day, today my son would not have pierced the skin bag of that guy who filled water into our home. A question arises, do we see too many people who are doing bad things, their children are not affected? Yes. You know, if you've got white clothes and you put one spot on that, that's very much visible. But if the designer side that is full of spots, one more additional spot will make no difference. When we are growing up our children on the right track, then the shaitan's distractions, we must be careful all the time. We are presenting something like I am saying that salawat, we should read in a manner which is beautiful, in tone, in wordings, in our sincerity, because we are presenting that like a flower, like a bunch of flowers into the presence of our Imam. Similarly, our children, they're supposed to be presented to our Imam if we die before the coming back of Imam. So we need to work on them. Each and every step, our every step needs to be a positive step according to the wishes of Imam. Our children's step must be a positive step, inshallah. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And for all these things, we need to be careful about shaitan, always. And then, when the shaitan comes to us, we repel him. Once we repel him, shaitan goes away. He comes back again from the other door. We repel him again. And we keep on repelling him. What happens? Within us, there an immune system is created. And that immune system, without telling us, automatically starts repelling shaitan. This automatic immune system is called piety. This is what we call taqwa. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. What benefit we get from it? Hudan lil muttaqeen. Quran is a book of guidance. But why for only the pious ones? I'll give you an example to understand that how Quran becomes a book of guidance for us. You know, present day is the age of computer, internet, Wi-Fi. We have got Wi-Fi generations today. Always playing with the, PlayStation 3, X4, PC, and texting their friends all the time. Yes. So all these, they know everything. And what is the name of 8th Imam? No, don't pass on that. Yes, hold on. What is the name of 9th Imam? See? Which company has made PlayStation 4? Sony, see? See? You'll be okay, inshallah. Let me finish my 12 majalis, inshallah. I'll play PlayStation 5 with you. You know PS5? Yes? Yes? You haven't seen that? We have got, Shias have got PS5, PlayStation 5, Muhammad, Ali, Fatima, Hassan, Hussain. Salawat bar Muhammad. I make you play PlayStation. I'm teaching PlayStation 5. Yes, inshallah. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. See, it started working. So, what is piety necessary for? What impact it has got on our life? What impact it has? Like today is Wi-Fi age, computers. We have got shaitan coming down. And there is a saying of Imam Ali that in the last ages, shaitan will come down from the rooftop to our home and the whole family will be listening to it. And what has happened? Not only listening to it, paying them. Annual subscription, Star Plus and all dramas and all these things. And there's drama, they're making us a drama. They're making a drama out of us. How? We'll discuss it later on, not here. See, all these things, this is shaitan. But in this TV age, before that it was radio age. And people used to listen to the news on radio. BBC was a very important thing to listen to the news. In radio is what we have. We have got a transmitting station, and we have got a receiving set. The more powerful the transmitter, the further the signals used to go. They convert the sound waves into electronic waves and leave them open, then throw them in the air, transmitter. And the receiving set receives those signals, and then what does it do? They convert them to the sound waves, and we listen to the radio, what is going on, what is being transmitted. Okay? Now, a more powerful transmitter will send out the signals further, far away. And the powerful receiving set will receive even a weak signal and turn it into sound waves. That's okay. Now, just a question to understand. If it's a powerful transmitter and a powerful receiving set, you switch on the power radio set, will it receive, it will start playing? Just switch it on, or you need to do something?
You need to get a frequency.
Huh?
Frequency. You need to tune it.
Frequency. We need to tune the radio set according to the frequency of the transmitter. Yes? This tuning ourselves according to the frequencies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is what we call piety. Once we tune ourselves according to the frequencies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with prayer, with fasting, with dua, and with our changing our behavior and attitude and way of thinking according to Allah, then the holy book of Quran becomes a book of guidance for us. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Please write another salawat for Muhammad wa ali. We have to form a community. And community cannot be formed without working on individuals. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam worked on individuals, he worked on the families, and he worked on the communities. The prayers and ibadat of Islam are meant for an individual. Prayer, fasting, hajj, zakat, it has got an effect on an individual, first of all. The first thing that we need to work is on ourselves. Then we need to work on our families, especially those who have got a family. In Islam, family means husband, wife, and children. Looking after parents is an additional duty that we have to perform. Looking after next of kin, it's very much wajib, and we have to listen to that, what's saying of Ahlul Bayt and Imam alayhi salatu wasalam. We have to do that. But family means husband, wife, and children. We need to create a Muslim family. We don't want to create a family where you enter a home and you start thinking that I have entered, for example, someone who is very much impressed by Madonna or Michael Jackson. We need to create families where you enter a family and open the door, you automatically come to understand and feel the essence of the teachings of Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. This is what is needed to be done. This is what we need to do, to create that. And with that we create a community, and creation of community helps in creating the whole ummah for the Imam to come. This is what is the sequence we need to do. And in Islamic system, is everyone equal? What does Islam say? Everyone is equal or unequal?
Equal.
Equal? Yeah. Me and David Cameron, are we equal?
Equal.
See? President Obama and an ordinary citizen of United States, are they equal?
Yes.
Men can't be equal. Men and women can't be equal. They've got different duties. Islam says, yes, Islam also says, every man and every person and other person are not, although we are equal in rights. In rights we are equal. But otherwise we are not. Quran says the differentiation, the level elevation up and down is not based on materialistic things. They are not based on wealth, power, how much power you have got, how much supporters you have got, how much wealth you have got, how much people bullying power you have got. No. These are not the points of elevations in Islam. What are the points of elevation in Islam? We must understand, because we have to apply them and understand who is elevated and who is not. What grade I deserve and what grades I don't. Islam says, هَلْ يَسْتَوِي الَّذِينَ يَعْلَمُونَ وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ لَا يَسْتَوُونَ. Are those who possess knowledge and who don't possess knowledge, are they equal? Quran says it can never be like that. They are not equal. But which knowledge? Is it knowledge of physics, chemistry, science, medicine, business, or economics? Are these knowledges? No. The basic and foundational knowledges about myself, and that knowledge that we discussed in our previous 3-4 lectures about the creation. Now, who is our creator? Who created us? Where we are coming from? Where we are heading? And what is the aim and objective of our life? If we don't find the answers to these questions, you become Einstein or Newton. That's of no use. We must know where we are coming from, where we are heading. Is there a creator in the universe, or there is no creator? If there is no creator, enjoy, eat, drink, and enjoy your life. But if there is a creator, did he create us with an aim and objective, as we were discussing yesterday? And if he has created us with an aim and objective, and we don't fulfill that aim and objective, then we are like a zero without attaching to one. Who is one? One is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we become zero. We came as a zero, we go away as a zero, then we'll remain there where all the zeros are collected. What is that place where all the zeros are collected? Hellfire. Son, salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So, first point of elevation of a person over another person is his knowledge. Man arafa nafsahu faqad arafa rabba. Who understands himself will come to know the Creator. We need to know the Creator. We need to understand our goal and aim and objective of life and need to work on it. That's the first thing. Second one, inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. Amongst you, the elevated ones are those who are on a high level of piety. And this piety, which is very important, that we discussed today a little bit, and we need to discuss it a bit more. This piety is very important. Why? Nobody can achieve piety without self-control. And nobody can achieve self-control with piety. They move with just like two steps, like two legs. You know, one leg moves forward, and then the other leg moves forward. Then the first one again. So we start walking. Piety and self-control are very important. Like, for example, say, if you leave this hall open to these young soldiers of Imam Hussain, they will start running here, there, and everywhere. But you see, for the last about 35 minutes, all these soldiers, young soldiers of Imam Hussain, who have got potential of running here and there, who have got a lot of energy in them, why they are sitting? They are listening to what the Imams want to tell them. Why? They have got a self-control. They are achieving self-control in them. And if they achieve self-control, I give them a small exercise. This is just for you, not for them. I'll keep on talking to them. Tomorrow, you start doing a small exercise of self-control. All of you like sweets, candies? Like sweets, yes. Take a candy, put it on the table in front of you, and tell yourself, I'm not going to have this candy for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And tomorrow you tell me how many minutes you were able to stop yourself. Okay? So then I'll tell you that how much self-control you have got. This is what we need to do. And for them it's candies. For us, it's not candies. For us, you know, somebody did something wrong. I'm annoyed with him. I'm angry with him. Now I want to do a beautiful thing. Entertainment. I love an entertainment which is called backbiting. You know, riba. It's a very entertaining thing. You know, I love it. Because I'm talking about others. Oh, he did this to me, he did that to me. I'm planning against him. I want to discard him. Now my self-control, over the age of 20, my self-control is, I'm not going to do the backbiting. I'm not, he did wrong to me. You know, whenever we are doing backbiting, we say, oh, he did that, he really did that. Yes, if it's truth you are saying, it is backbiting. And if you are saying something wrong about this slander, this is tuhmat. And tuhmat in certain cases in Sharia have got punishments also. So, when our inner self says, rises up, oh, let me tell this guy, let me hurt his personality, let me kill his personality. Character assassination is the worst thing in Islam. When we started talking about riba at the time of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the person came to the Prophet and Prophet presented him food. He said, Ya Rasulullah, I am fasting. He said, no, you are not fasting, have some food. He said, no, Ya Rasulullah, I didn't eat. From the morning, I have not eaten anything. He said, no, you have. He said, no, Ya Rasulullah, I'm sure, I didn't eat anything. He said, were you not doing backbiting? He said, yes, it's just like eating your dead brother's flesh. So, once we are not doing that, we'll achieve self-control. Everybody, me, you, X, Y, Z, have our negative points. Lose temper person. Losing his temper. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, Sharrun nasi ummati. The worst people of my ummah are those who are respected by people because of their shar. Because if they don't respect them, they will create shar. So I need to control myself, because before I cross the line of half century old, before I cross the line of 60, because the older I become, I lose my control. And at that time, this problem will become a big problem for me. And Imam Sajjad alayhi salatu wasalam, when he is gone for Hajj, at Kaaba, a moment comes, Yabna Rasulullah, see your grandfather's ummah, how much they have increased in number. And Imam just passed his hand over his eyes. With the power of imamat, he showed the reality, and that guy was surprised to see that animals were moving in tawaf around the Kaaba, not human being. We have got an outlook and we have got an inner human being in us. Outside we look like human beings because we are followers of Rahmatul lil Alameen. So we are not defaced in this world. But our inner self, what about that? We need to bring that inner self into a real face. A person who is always fighting, which animal fights? All the time. Barks, cut, dogs. Which animal always like food to eat all the time? Cow. What animal is always collecting things? You know, sale lagi hai na jaake paad ke le aao ji sale. Why did you need it? No, I didn't need it, but it was cheap. So which animal? Rat, mouse. You go to the house, you find everything in there. They need it or they don't. So this plundering wealth and then cheating with others, like wolves. No, we don't need to be wolves. We don't need to be sheep. We don't need to be animals. We need to come into the original form of a human being, because shafaat of Muhammad wa ali Muhammad is meant only and only for those who are on the level of being a human being first. Our inner self can be human being only and only when we have got self-control on ourselves. Salawat wa Muhammad wa ali. This is what we need to achieve as an individual. Achievement is important. If we don't achieve self-control, if we don't submit to Allah, if we don't listen to Allah, if we don't repel shaitan, we can't move forward. So the first point was knowledge. هل يستوي الذين يعلمون والذين لا يعلمون لا يستوون, Quran says. And the second one was that piety. Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. You're amongst you, elevated in the eyes of Allah, are those who have more self-control and more piety. This is the second point. And the third point, those who struggle in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَضَلَ اللَّهُ الْمُجَاهِدِينَ عَلَى الْقَائِدِينَ دَرَجَةً. Allah has elevated those who work and struggle in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala over those who just stay around. A person is praying for himself And another guy, he is organizing the center. For example, this center. You know, we need volunteers. I was talking with the older youngsters. You know, older youngsters with gray hair. And they were saying, we don't find volunteers. We need volunteers. Everywhere the volunteers must jump in, come in. Work for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those who struggle in the path of Allah. For example, here, I've been coming here, I see every day after we finish, and when we go late, only one person I feel, he's doing over here, he's doing the cleanship here. No, everyone needs to do it. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't bring in construction people to do construction of Masjid al-Nabwi. It was he himself who was helping them and doing the construction work in the Masjid al-Nabwi. And we need to do that. We need to get involved. It belongs to us. It belongs to our Imam. And we need to struggle that. Get involved inside. Day and night. We should be here. I should spare my time because Allah has said, فَضَلَّهُ الْمُجَاهِدِينَ عَلَى الْقَائِدِينَ دَرَجَةً. Mujahideen means not these mujahideen who would kill others and who sacrifice themselves and they think they are going to Jannah. They are going on a direct line straight to the worst part of Jahannam because they don't know Islam, because they have been overtaken by those who overtook the people at the time of Imam Ali, and we call them Khawarij. Salawat wa Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So in these days, the best chance we have got to learn from Imam Hussain. The army of Imam Hussain, although they were just 72 people, but they had piety in them. They had self-control in them. They were not limited to their worldly desires and wealth and money and house and home and family and children. Yes, they were. They were working. They were well linked with their family. Imam Hussain himself loved his children, loved their families, loved his wife. With all that thing that he was the Imam of the age, he used to be a leader for everyone. He used to be a role model for everyone. A head of a family must be a role model for the whole family. Children learn from father and from mother's character. They should be a very soft characters. We need to build ourselves. This is what Imam Hussain did. And Imam Hussain, as I said, day before yesterday, I think, that he extinguished candles for some people. That whosoever want to leave, I'll relieve you from the fire. And I guarantee you Jannah. You will go to heaven. And if you want to leave, you can leave. This is what Imam Hussain said. But some of the people left. Why did Imam Hussain do that? You know? Why did Imam Hussain do that? Here, for example, we have got English lecture. And we have got an Urdu lecture. And in between that, we have got a 5 minutes question and answer session. And some people said that, oh, people might leave. I said, well, if somebody has got a problem, can leave. But I see most of them, they are not leaving. The number is not increasing. 2, 3, 4, 5 people, it doesn't make a difference. Most of you are here. So why? Because you want to listen. Because you want to understand. Why you want to listen? Because you want to act. These are the teachings of Imam Hussain, and Imam Hussain is a blessing for both the camps in Islam. The lovers of Imams and enemies of Islam, both of them. Imam Hussain become a source of them coming and understanding Islam for them. The friends of Imam Hussain, supporters, I'm not talking about the Shias. In my opinion, only Shias are not the supporters of Imam Hussain. We have got a lot of Sunnis. Among the Muslims, among the Sunnis, we have got more than 80%. They love Imam Hussain as we do. They do love Imam Hussain. The only thing is that they need to be guided and brought to the thing what we feel and why do we love Imam Hussain like this. They need to be taken to that level with love and affection and the way the Imams used to preach. Not by pinching them, not by putting your needles into their faces or telling them harsh words. No, with love and affection. I have got a personal experience of 30 years to preaching to them and bringing them close to us. Salawat wa Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Imam Hussain is a light. Who can say and who can negate that there is no light? When they understand Imam Hussain, Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Al-haqqu ma'aliyin wa aliyu ma'al-haq. Haq, truthfulness and rightfulness is with Imam Ali. And Imam Ali is with rightfulness and truthfulness. So a person, if he gets the habit of being with the truthfulness, automatically he will accept Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam. Automatically. It's not possible that I have got Ali and I am away from Haq. And this is also not possible that I am with Haq and I am away from Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Friends of Ali, friends of Imam Hussain came and learned about Islam because of Imam Hussain. Because we wanted to know more about Imam Hussain. And we are learning. Every year, we are moving forward. We are learning more about Imam Hussain. Imam Hussain, first stage, Imam Hussain was killed like that. Imam Hussain, they were saying that he is revolted against the Khalif. Then people came to know what happened there. Then people asked question, why did it happen? Who were the reasons for the Battle of Karbala? Why was Imam Hussain killed there? Why the circumstances changed to an extent that the people used to curse Imam Ali on the minbar and there was nobody to hold them? Now people are asking those questions. Now people are saying, what shall I do? What is my duty? And that's what we are talking in the previous lecture, and inshallah we'll be talking on the future lecture, because this is the time of coming back of Imam Zaman. Our duties are changing. We are moving forward. The world is moving forward. Some years back, nobody knew who is Imam Ali. I'm not talking about the Shia. I'm not talking about the Muslim. I'm talking about the whole world. I was in United States, and there a reward or become Muslim. He went to Canada in Muharram, and he was telling his experience while he was coming back on the border. Immigration people stopped him. He said, where did you go? He said, I went to Canada. He said, why did you go to Canada? He said, it for my religious days. He said, are you Muslim? He said, yes, I am Muslim. Oh, are you Shia? He said, yes. Oh, did you go to commemorate the martyrdom of Imam Hussain? He said, yes. He said, did you do like this? He said, yes. See, previously nobody knew that. Now everyone in the world knows that the second most important shrine of the Muslim people is in Najaf. Everybody knows. This is not something that we have done. We can't take the credit for that. It's a reality. We haven't done anything yet. But now we want to do something. We need to change ourselves into being an ambassador of Karbala, ambassador of Imam Hussain, ambassador of Hazrat Zahra. Otherwise, what Allah wishes to do, He can do. He doesn't need us, but we need them. We need to play our role. If we don't play our role, what will happen? We won't be able to face Hazrat Zahra. It's in the world, the cycle has started. What cycle has started? The coming back of Imam. What is happening in Syria? What's happening in Iraq? Every day, an average of 30 people are being martyred in Iraq for so many years. It's continuous process. These Najdis, these Takfiris are killing Shias every day. See, in Syria, a village of Sadat, all Sayyid, they're not killed because of their ancestor, their genes linked with the Prophet. No, because Sayyid there means a pious person. Sayyid means alim. Sayyid means one who is pushing the deen forward and the teachings of Ahlul Bayt forward. So we should also be there to support the cause of Ahlul Bayt. Yes or no? Such a small yes.
Yes.
Yes, we need to do that. When? When start?
Now.
Did you start yesterday? I was asking yesterday, day before yesterday.
3 days ago.
Yes. We need to start. We need to start. We need to bring a change. There's no excuse. Because if we don't change now, what's going to happen? The same thing is going to happen what happened to the people of Kufa. We need to change ourselves now. Syria, Takfiris, the army of Sufyani will come out in Syria, in Iraq. There will be three armies. An army of Sufyani, led by a person from the family, offsprings of Abu Sufyan. And who are the offsprings of Abu Sufyan? The Amir Sham, Yazid, and likewise. And there will be another army of Yemenis who will come to support. And there will be another army of Khurasani who will come out. And these three flags, when they come out, Imam Zahur, Imam coming up will be very close. And I think all the ulama, most of the ulama, they understand that we are very close. And this time can increase and decrease depending on our preparedness. This is what we need to do. Tawheed, we need to adopt. Risala of the Prophet, we need to understand and adopt. Wilayah of Hazrat Amir al-Mu'mineen, there is no choice now. We need to understand it and adopt it, not just adopting it. Previously we adopted it, okay, but now Imam Ali says that the deen, which depends on the hearsay, just a breeze will take it off from you. And the deen which depends on logic and rationality, mountains will leave their place, that deen will not leave that place. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And today we discussed piety, self-control. We have discussed submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then we discussed being out of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All these bits needs to be put in line. It will help us in becoming a true follower of Ahlul Bayt alayhimu salatu wassalam. Wa akhir da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen. 5 minutes for questions, any questions you have got, and then we'll continue with the Urdu lecture inshallah. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
First question, please, quickly.
Yes.
हम ये है कि उन कौम की कम